It goes. Yeah. Let him hear you, folks. Let him hear you. Come join us as we take you on a trip from the practice pen to the show arena and let you listen in as top trainers prepare their students to compete in the Western industry's most exciting equine sport. And you'll learn what it takes to become a top weekend cutter.
Just relax, Robert.
Very good, Chase. Keep pushing on that horn, bud.
Outside leg, just a little. There you go. Stay up. Back up. Stay up. There you go. Good. Don't lean. There you go.
People from all walks of life can find a place in our sport.
I'm Dr. Glenn Blodgett from the 4 Sixes Ranch here in Guthrie, Texas, and I highly recommend Alfalfa Cubes from Manzanola, Colorado. The thing I can tell you about this Top of the Rockies cube is it's the most consistent form of alfalfa I've ever been able to purchase. We feed this in the pasture on the ground some, we feed it in the lots. It really does meet all the nutritional needs. I couldn't recommend any hay source any higher than I can this Top of the Rockies cube.
This is Dr. Harry Anderson. I've devoted the last 40 years of my life to planning and developing the products we have available to you in Total Feeds. Total Feeds has safe, simple, and proven nutritional programs for you and your animals. Make Total Feeds a part of your healthy lifestyle.
Hey folks, welcome to Cuttin Up. I'm Kenny Imai, your host. This week we're going to Gonzales, Louisiana. That's southern Louisiana down by New Orleans. That part of the country has been singing out, "We need a cutting" for a long time. So the Weekend Cutting Horse Association rented the Lamar Dixon Expo Center there in Gonzales and put on a cutting second to none. Everybody that came had a great time. This whole episode is brought to you by Manzanola Feeds. Get your hands on some of the best Colorado alfalfa that you could possibly feed your animals. Go to manzanolafeeds.com and find a dealer near you. Now let's go to Gonzales, Louisiana, to the Weekend Cutting Horse Association's crawfish cutting. Well, here's Mr. Bob Boguette in the Saks Western Store Open class at the Weekend Cutting Horse Association show there in Gonzales, Louisiana. Bob has probably been to more cuttings than I have seen. Walked to the herd more times than I can count. Has a great family, and all of them cut up down there in South Louisiana. He's got a great group of amateurs and non-pros that follow him around. He's got this black cow cut in the middle. Let's see if we can have as good a cow as we have with that red one that he had first. A little gray horse will watch a cow. Go ahead, Bob. We were so tickled that Saks Western Store there in Gonzales got behind this cutting. They had circuit awards and prizes for everybody there that were showing, as well as carrying American hats. Bob won that class with 73, and next up is the non-pro, Denise Size, riding Playing at the Mall. This is a really cool horse. Does her a good job everywhere they go. She got her good place to go off with that cow working away from her. Now she's got this little dirty gray right in the middle. Playing at the Mall and Denise Size are mirror image working this cow. The judge is loving that. We sure appreciate her coming all the way from right outside of Atlanta, Georgia, all the way to Gonzales. At 73, won the non-pro. Next up's a very special cat, ridden by Brittany Araby. This is your 50,000 amateur class. It's brought to you by the Lamar Dixon Expo there in Gonzales, Louisiana.
This is not the same. If you can't cut it, then get out the ring. Stay behind the gate if you can't stand the flame. Let someone in there who knows the game. If you can't cut it, move out the way. Let me in there, get out my way. Got me a cutting horse and we have style. We have technique, we gonna dance a while. Dance, dance, cutting horse dance. To the left, to the right, cutting horse dance. Bounce, bounce, the cutting horse dance. Left, right, do you hear what I'm saying? From side to side, we won't hardly make a sound. My horse and I gonna stare that cow down. Keep your eyes focused, separation is the game. Watch those legs go, 2.5 in the frame. If you can't cut it, move out the way. Let me in there, get out my way. Got me a cutting horse and we have style. We have technique, we're gonna dance a while. Dance, dance, cutting horse dance. To the left, to the right, cutting horse dance. Bounce, bounce, the cutting horse dance. Left, right, let's dance.
Now she's gonna finish up with this dirty gray.
Let's dance. Dance, dance,
Did a good job. Won that class of the 73.
This is Dr. Harry Anderson. Welcome to the Advice Barn. I often get questions about ages of horses and how they do on Total Equine, and specifically I just had one recently that said, will my yearlings do as well as my older horses on Total Equine? You can start a horse, a baby horse, or I should say a foal, at about 3 or 4 days of age, and they will eat. And if you feed this to a young horse like that, most everybody that uses the program and has used it for many years have documented to me that by the time a horse is a year of age, it looks and acts like a 2-year-old. They're going to be healthier, they're going to look better and act better and feel better till that very end.
Next up's the 15,000 novice horse. 9th in the draw was Miss Angela Stafford on Spoonful of Peppy. Now this is the open trainers class on these novice horses. Angela is the trainer of Brittany Araby, who you just saw win the 50,000 amateur class. Angela does a good job. Cow kind of played out. She got a good place to get off. That won the 15,000 novice at 71, Angie Stafford. Next up is Brandon Diabor on Guns and Acres. This 2000 amateur class are the folks that are generally just starting. The class is designated for folks that have won less than $2,000 lifetime earnings. Good job, Brandon. Next is Troy Ruff on Kitty's Time. This is sponsored by the American Hat Company. We sure are proud to take American Hat with us wherever we go, from coast to coast across this country. That won him the class. Good job. Clint Depew on Murata's Chigolo. Mr. Depew is another one that's walked to the herd more times than I can count. His brother trains up there in Perryton, Texas. Mr. Depew here lives down here in South Louisiana. Great Cuttin family. This class was brought to you by Zachary Feed and Garden Supply. They're in South Louisiana. They big horse folks love supporting these cutters and other equine enthusiasts when they come to this part of the country, and we love talking about them on TV. I'm sure that Zachary Feed and Garden Supply's got about anything you folks in South Louisiana might need to keep your farm and garden top notch. Things are speeding up for Mr. Depew right there at the end. Marks him a 71, and he wins that class.
Hi, I'm David Brumley, and today, you be the judge.
Well, folks, welcome to You Be the Judge. I'm here in the studio with my good friend, David Brumley. David, thank you for coming by to visit us.
Thanks for having me.
David is a 3A NCHA judge, so he's more than qualified to talk about penalties with us. So we're going to take a look at one that happens quite often, called holding on too long.
Right.
That penalty generally arises at what point in a cutting?
It's on every cutting of your cow. Every time you go in and cut your cattle, when you come drive out, there's a time that you need to drop your hand, and that's when you clear the herd completely.
Well, let's take a look at this real quick and see if you think this might be a penalty. Right after these messages, we're going to talk about this, David.
Okay.
How would you like to live closer to the Will Rogers Coliseum than anyone in Weatherford, Texas? Thanks to the new Chisholm Trail Parkway, Cleburne to Fort Worth is just 25 minutes. This resort-style saltwater pool area was designed with thoughts and memories of floating the Frio River in Concan, Texas, with the relaxing atmosphere of the finest resorts in Cancun, Mexico. Definitely built for entertaining. The horsemen will appreciate all pipe fencing and turnouts with water and shelter to support a broodmare and foal operation. Lots of outbuildings, working pens, alleys, and traps for working cattle and keeping horses tuned. And a great big round pen with terrific footing for getting them ready to go show. Beautiful 20-acre fertilized Bermuda grass hay meadow that yielded 94 rolls at the first cutting. The main home with metal roof is all Austin stone and cedar trim. 4 bedrooms, lots of custom tile, wood floors throughout, crown molding, heat pump system, the list goes on. The large dining area sits next to a huge kitchen with more cabinets than you can shake a stick at. With a huge office, big yard, beautiful views, and lots of shade trees. For your little piece of Texas, contact Stephanie Cordaway at Keller Williams. Well, David, what do you think about this run? This lady has her hand up. Is this a penalty?
Yes, it is, Kenny. By far, she uses her hand way too much in this run.
At what point do you think she should have put it down?
She should have put it down as soon as she clears the herd and has this cow under control. She should have already dropped her hand down.
Okay, and how much of a penalty is holding on too long?
That is 1 point penalty.
1 point penalty. You need to, listen to your help. They can tell you when to drop.
Yes.
And a lot of people get to, depending on hearing that, drop. David, thank you for coming into the studio and talking with us on this You Be the Judge segment.
I appreciate it.
Now let's get back to the action. Here's Mason Griffin, one of our staff trainers on Cuttin Up on Tivito's Smart Model. He drew up third in this open class. Mason is quite an accomplished young man and does a fine job up there in northeast Louisiana. So he drove down a few hours to come cut up with us at this crawfish cutting put on by the Weekend Cutting Horse Association. Mason can sure sit a horse well, and that'll win him the class. Next up is Denise Size, playing at the mall. She won the non-pro yesterday and on Saturday. Now she's back here showing again on Sunday. This class is brought to you by Saks Western Store. They've got everything you need there in Gonzales, Louisiana, from feed, fertilizer, hats, shirts, Western wear. Matter of fact, they are the American hat dealer in Gonzales, Louisiana. This is such a good horse. Dee and her husband, Charlie, had a place there in Grandview, Texas, about 15 miles from me, and had a really nice equine spa and therapy, and they sold it all and moved full-time back to Georgia, where they're from. She's got a little red mott in the middle. This one wants to run a little further across the pen. This is what she's got to finish up with. And got a marker 72 and win the non-pro on Sunday for her.
Hi, I'm Lindy Birch from Weatherford, Texas. We're going to talk a little bit today. Now this bit is my favorite all-time show bit. This bit is called a Colbert Hodges handmade bit. It's got a nice long S shank. You darn sure get a good strong stop. It has good purchase. When you pick it up, it really stops them. But as important as when you pick up a bit and have it contact that horse, what's even more important is the release of that bit. So when I pull on this bit to make a horse stop, when I drop my hand, it gets away from their mouth and just, so they know that the second they feel that bit, they want to have release from that pressure. All they have to do is do what I'm asking them to do, and that bit immediately releases. The length of from where the headstall hooks up to the bottom of the port here, that length is very, very important in a bit, because that's what really makes the fulcrum when you pull on a bit or when you release a bit. I'm Lindy Birch, Weatherford, Texas, talking a bit.
The Talking a Bit segment is designed to let you know what trainers consider to be their favorite bit and what their uses are. Be sure and talk with your trainer to see what bit works best for you and your horse. Mr. Andre Bergeron on Cool Blue Cat. Here's another one of Angie Stafford's clients that didn't have to travel very far to cut up with us at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center in Gonzales. This class brought to you by Roger Peters Livestock Insurers. Old Roger would have had a heck of a time cutting up with us down there at the Lamar Dixon. I know he would have. Good job, Mr. Andre. Mr. Andre, like I said, rides with Angie Stafford. He's in the pecan shelling business, and I believe he runs a bunch of mother cows on his farm right outside Gonzales. He's got him one separated and going to finish up his run in the 50,000 amateur class. We're so thankful for Connie Peters and Roger Peters Livestock Insurers getting behind our sport. Andre won that class, and here's his trainer on Widow's Shot of Whiskey, Miss Angela Stafford from Gonzales, Louisiana. These were all a really bunch of good heifers that come out of Mississippi. All of them had a little ear to them. They're a little waspy, but we kept them fed and watered and happy for 2 days before anybody showed up, so they were really good for the cutting. Angie gonna finish up on a black. And she marks her 73 and wins the class. Next, another one of Angie's clients, Miss Brittany Araby again on Very Special Cat. She won her class yesterday. Let's see how she does here in the 2000 amateur class. She was the first in the draw. The one thing about these cattle that you'll notice is you can't get pushed back into them or they will get stirred up a little bit. That's the one thing every trainer was telling their folks, stay up out of the herd. She's going to finish up on this little black in the 2000. Looks like it's going to be a good one to finish up with. Go ahead, Brittany. And she wins that class with a 73. Here's Brittany Araby again on Very Special Cat. Team Stafford, Angela's folks had a really good weekend. This is Brittany in the 15,000 amateur class. She drew up third. She got off that one, which was a good idea. Marked her 66, but that won her the class. The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work, and it's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV.
Hi, I am Kathy Reiserfoot. My husband Jonathan and I have insured with Roger Peters Livestock for over 30 years. Our most recent issue was I was showing our mare. We were sitting fourth in the world and she tore a suspensory. Our insurance coverage is the reason we were able to continue on with Lola, and I so appreciate Roger Peters Livestock Insurance.
Well, folks, that's our show for this week. We hope you enjoyed the Weekend Cutting Horse Association's event from the Lamar Dixon Expo Center there in Gonzales, Louisiana. We want to say some big thank yous. Ascension Equipment there in Gonzales so it takes care of all the folks in that area as far as their rental equipment needs. They came out and sponsored our crawfish boil. Everybody there at the Cuttin didn't cost them a penny. They got to come and sit down and enjoy a lot of big crawfish that we cooked up for them. We want to also say thank you to Saks Western Store there in Gonzales. They've got just about anything you could need, equine or livestock related, all your feed, as well as Western wear. And they do carry American hats. We want to say a big thank you to American Hat Company, Keith Maddox, Keith Mundy. did a great job. We gave away a brand new American hat to one of the cutters there at the cutting. Also, Zachary Feed and Garden Center, thank you very much for being a part of the Weekend Cutting Horse Association's event in Gonzales, Louisiana. I want to say a big thank you to Manzanola Feeds. Be sure and go to manzanolafeeds.com to get your hands on some of the finest Colorado alfalfa that you can feed your animals. So y'all be sure and join us right here next week. We're going to be right here cutting up.
Home on the range, this is not the same. If you can't cut it, then get out the ring. Stay behind the gate if you can't stand the flame. Let someone in there